Press the bell icon for more updates.
I think most people would at least have seen our work at Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma's wedding. Yes, we shot that wedding. Yeah, we had, like I said, we've had the privilege of being part of some really interesting weddings over the last decade. You must have seen our work somewhere in the press somewhere. Yeah, Vogue and Netflix wanted to actually work on a show that really showcased the grandeur of the big fat Indian wedding.
Hello to everyone. Today we have in our studio Mr. Joshua Karthik, who is the co-founder of a wedding photography firm based out of Mumbai. The company is named Stories by Joseph Radhik. Of course, Joseph and Joshua working together in this wedding photography firm to make it a huge success. They have made it very popular across the globe. The company has done over, I think, about 480 wedding photo shoots as per the statistics that we have. And it has not only acquired great success by covering celebrity weddings, but it has also been nurturing young minds to understand how the business and profession works. I'm really thankful to Joshua for joining us today and sharing his intricate information about photography and wedding photo shoots, etc., with our audiences today. I'm sure our viewers at the Capital Post are going to absolutely love what he's going to share today. Tell me something about Stories by Joseph Radhik.
Stories by Joseph Radhik is a wedding photography firm. We're based out of Mumbai. We've had the privilege of being in this space for the last 10 years. We're turning 10 in a couple of months. And we've had the opportunity to travel the world and really be part of people's special moments on their biggest day. For most people, that's the wedding day. And I think we've just about finished nearly our 480th wedding in 36 countries around the world so far.
So when did you realize you wanted to become a photographer? What was the inspiration behind it?
My brother Joseph started wedding photography 12 years ago. And through the 10 years prior and the 20 years prior, it's very clear that we were looking for ways to express ourselves creatively, whether it's through music or through art or through writing, or in this case with photography. And when we found something that we truly wanted to do, we decided to actually make a big step, take a break from our careers and really do this professionally full time. Yeah.
Just, our curious side, we were just going through your feed and everything, and we saw that, you've taken pictures, there are pictures of Vicky and Kat's wedding also. So was that project done by you guys?
Yes, we shot that wedding. Yeah, we had, like I said, we've had the privilege of being part of some really interesting weddings over the last decade. You must have seen our work. A lot of people might not know we exist or not know our names, but they've seen our work somewhere in the press somewhere. Yeah.
Right. And so, are there any kind of other wedding shoots that you have done that are of celebrities or important people that you would like to mention here?
I think most people would at least have seen our work at Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma's wedding. Those images that really took the country by storm. That was us 6 years ago. Post that, we had the opportunity to be part of Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas's wedding. So that was good. That was really interesting. And that actually got us a lot of visibility because our work then ended up on, the photos that we shot were on Jimmy Kimmel. They were on James Corden. They, in fact, even made it to Oprah because of that one wedding. Yeah. Post that, we've shot Katrina Kaif and Vicky Kaushal's wedding. Last year, we were part of Rajkumar Rao's wedding as well, Varun Dhawan's wedding, and a bunch of people from cricket and Bollywood. And you might have heard of some names from the Telugu film industry now that are popular nationally. People like Allu Arjun, people like Ram Charan.
Right.
We've had an opportunity to be part of their weddings as well back in the day. Yeah.
So you have shot the whole wedding or just some parts of it?
No, the whole wedding.
And how does that make you feel? I mean, just, being a part of that kind of an audience.
The clear answer is that you shouldn't actually look at these as separate from every other wedding that we shoot. All weddings are important for the people that's getting actually married, for the families that are part of it. So it makes no sense to have a different mindset for a celebrity wedding and for something where probably the bride and groom are not that well known. It doesn't matter to us at all. Like I said, the real opportunity and the real privilege is that we've been part of close to 500 weddings over the last 10 years, and each and every one of them is just as important as the next. Yeah.
Give us some information about your favorite cameras or lenses, or just something for our audience to look upon, like if they want to just become a photographer someday. What should we be looking forward to?
I think the simple answer is that there is no such thing, and there should not be such a thing as a favorite gear and stuff like that. It may be personal to you, but it can't be something I recommend that tells you that if you pick this up, you'll become a better photographer. I think the real joy in photography, as with any other form of art, is in the practice, and it's in the trials, and it's in failing and picking yourself up and learning something from it and trying to better yourself on an everyday basis. And that journey will take years, and that journey will take you through a bunch of equipment and gear, right? There's also joy in just spending time with equipment. The other day, some of our photographers and we were traveling through Chandigarh last week. I think we were shooting Yuvraj Singh, in fact. And on the way back, we were discussing about how you can have people who just love talking about gear and spending time with gear, and there's nothing wrong with that. You could love cameras for what they are. You could love technology for what it is. But then if you want to be a photographer and you want to actually make your name with the art that you're creating, you can't stop with the gear. You'll have to go way past it. And when you go way past it and you start spending a lot of time just perfecting your craft and your art, you'll realize that the gear typically doesn't matter, and you should be able to create art with any sort of equipment that you're given. I would recommend a bunch of experimentation. I would actually say, in fact, one of the big revolutions that has happened in our own lifetimes in the last couple of decades has been the rise of the smartphone as a capable, competent camera, right? I would suggest that anyone who wants to become a photographer should start with first trying to figure out how their smartphone can be used as a good camera, and then graduate from there to the next level and the next level, but make it part of your experimentation process, right? If you're gonna be the kind of person who waits till the day you buy a DSLR so your photography experimentation can begin, I'll tell you there's a bunch of people who are going to get ahead of you just with the smartphone in their hands. And that holds true for most things in life. If you truly love the art, the tools will come second to the love of the art itself. Yeah.
So tell me something about this show that you guys were featured in Netflix. I saw it on your website and got really curious about it.
I think a couple of years ago, just before the pandemic, Vogue and Netflix wanted to actually work on a show that really showcased the grandeur of the big fat Indian wedding, really, and not in a way that is boastful or is full of pride, but is about the real moments that actually underpin all of these stories, right? If you get to attend a big fat Indian wedding, or as they say, and you actually get to see the palaces and the fireworks and all of this stuff, behind it, there's always a story of just two people meeting, falling in love, or two families meeting and wanting to actually build a life together. So that bit typically keeps getting missed out. There's also another background to each of these larger than life weddings, which is all the people who make it special: the wedding designer, the deco designer, the wedding photographer, the people who create the looks for the bride and the groom, the people who are actually working on the entertainment, all of that stuff. So Condé Nast, which is Vogue's parent company, they wanted to actually build a show that went into these nuances, rather than just to say that the typical big fat Indian wedding is larger than life.
So the YouTube channel that you've mentioned on your website, what is that all about? I mean, Where the Heart Is.
Okay, so there's a show called Where the Heart Is that we work on, which takes you into the homes of celebrities around the country. In fact, now we're potentially going abroad as well. The idea is that we all want to know a little bit more about the people we see on stage. Who are these people? Who's the real person behind the persona? So we've had the opportunity over the last 5 years to meet very interesting people from several walks of life, people that are household names for all of us, people from Bollywood, from other, not every, but Bollywood and Southern film for sure. There's music, there's people from sports and from fashion as well. And it's very interesting to see how they spend their day at home. So that's where the heart is about. It's a project that we work on with Asian Paints.
What do you think? I mean, wedding photography, was it from the beginning, or did you guys try with other kinds of photography also and see if that works?
Interesting question. Was wedding photography the thing we started with, or is this something we landed on after trying some 10 different types of photography? Well, I mean, the short answer is this was literally what we set out to do. We started because we wanted to do wedding photography. We wanted to do it in a way that we hadn't seen before. If you turn back the pages of time and you go back to 2012 when we began, most of the things that we take for granted today in terms of a process, or in terms of the way wedding photography brands are seen, or in terms of how social media presence is also dealt with, there were no yardsticks, there were no measures for success. And we wanted to do something structured. We wanted to bring in all our lessons and learnings that we had gotten from everything from business school to the companies that we worked at before we started. And we wanted to make something of this. And that's where we find ourselves 10 years on. And it was definitely not that we tried 5 or 6 different things and we landed on wedding photography. In fact, when you get successful at something, there's always the temptation to diversify and try 20 different things. And we've tried to not stray and not be tempted that way. We really wanted to perfect this one thing, this one journey that we're on in search of that perfect wedding photograph. And that's taken us through nearly 480 weddings, nearly 36 countries so far. And that journey is not done yet. We don't think we're done. There's definitely 10 more years of this, potentially 20 more years of this. And we will try not to be tempted and try to do 20 different other things. Yeah. Wedding photography is what we started with, and we'd love to see where this journey leads us.
Right. I'm sure, being a perfect person or a perfect team in one particular kind of, I think, line is something that will, take you places. Of course, you're already doing celebrity weddings and everything.
Sure.
Thank you so much for being here. And if you have anything to say, I think closing remarks can be yours.
So if you want to be amazing at the work that you're doing, I think we'll need to get to a place where we're willing to put ourselves out there and keep trying new things on a daily basis. I think old ideas will only take us so far. To be able to experiment, to be able to try new things over and over again and make that part of your daily life, to be able to deal with the failure of an experimental idea. A lot of people don't know how to do that, right? If you're able to figure that part out, you might think you want to be a photographer today. Tomorrow, you might think you want to be something else. But if you figured out how to come back to the table with fresh ideas on a daily basis, I think you'll go further than you ever thought possible. That's what I want to leave the audience with. And thank you. This was a great opportunity. Thank you so much.
That's great. That's great.